You awaken to the faint, muffled sound of a ticking clock somewhere beyond the thin walls. The air is cool, almost unnaturally still, like it's been held in place for a long time. The ceiling above you is low, cracked in places, and a single dull bulb hangs from an old, frayed wire. You're lying on a narrow bed with stiff sheets that rustle like dry leaves when you move. The room is quiet except for that persistent ticking, like a heartbeat slow and deliberate. You sit up and glance around. Faded floral wallpaper peels from the walls in curling strips, and the once ornate wooden dresser wears a film of dust, despite no sign of abandonment. The furniture is old-fashioned, too formal for a place so worn down, an odd mismatch. Your eyes are drawn to the window. The curtains, a heavy mustard yellow, hang unevenly, caught in a permanent half-pull. You pull them back slowly. Outside, there is nothing. No city, no trees, no sky, no streetlights. Just an endless, featureless gray void stretching beyond the glass. It's as if the window opens into a place where nothing exists. The glass feels cold under your fingertips. A low voice, distant and soft, slips through the quiet. "Is this where you wanted to be?" It asks, almost coaxing. You turn sharply, but the room is empty, save for the chair by the bedside, where the fabric appears oddly stained in a pattern that shifts when you look directly at it. You speak, your voice cracking slightly. "Who's there?" Only the ticking replies, steady, hypnotic. From the dresser, you notice a small rectangular mirror angled oddly. You approach and see your reflection, but something is off. Your eyes in the glass seem dimmer, slower to follow your movements, as if trapped behind a film of water. The door to the hallway creaks open with a slow, deliberate groan. Outside, the corridor stretches infinitely in both directions, bathed in dim, flickering fluorescent light. The walls are lined with closed doors, each marked with a different faded number, but none match the room number you remember entering. A figure appears at the far end of the hallway, indistinct and shadowed. It doesn't move closer, only watches silently. You want to call out again, but your voice is swallowed by the thick air. The clock's ticking grows louder, now seeming to pulse through your chest, syncing with your own heartbeat. You feel drawn to the window again. The void beyond doesn't blink or shimmer, but somewhere deep inside, you sense a movement, a presence watching back. Suddenly, the room temperature shifts. A cold breath brushes past your neck like the sigh of a forgotten thing. You turn sharply, but again, nothing. You stumble backward and catch your heel on the bed frame. As you steady yourself, the voice returns, barely audible, whispering, "You're not meant to stay. But you can't leave either." The window begins to fog slowly, spreading from the edges inward. Shapes start to form, faces, doors, fleeting glimpses of impossible landscapes that vanish when you blink. Your mind feels heavy, weighed down by the silence, the nothingness outside. Somewhere inside you, a question pulses, relentless: why are you here? And what is the room trying to show you? The fog on the window thickens until it blurs the glass completely. You press your palm against it, the coldness seeping deep through your skin, anchoring you to the here and now, or so you think. Your breath fogs the glass as well, creating temporary smudges that reveal and hide strange, shifting images. Through the haze, a shape begins to solidify. It's a corridor, long, narrow, and lined with the same peeling wallpaper as your room. The floorboards creak faintly as if someone invisible is pacing back and forth. The corridor bends, then vanishes into darkness. You lean closer. A whisper threads through the silence, this time clearer, softer, like wind stirring dry leaves. "Look deeper," it says. "There's more beyond the surface." You blink. The image dissolves. The window returns to emptiness, the gray void swallowing the shapes. Your heart thuds unevenly. The ticking slows, becomes irregular, almost hesitant, like it's waiting for something. You turn away from the window, rubbing your temples. The faint light bulb above flickers in a rhythm too steady to be random. You reach out to steady it, but the bulb hums and a warm glow radiates suddenly, filling the room with a muted amber light. It reveals details you hadn't noticed before, a small pile of dusty books on the bedside table, their spines cracked and faded, a cracked porcelain cup with dried stains at its bottom, and a folded note lying face down near the edge. You pick up the note. The paper is brittle, aged, but the ink is fresh. The message reads, "The doors you seek are behind your eyes. Follow the ticking." The ticking resumes its regular pace, louder now, a rhythmic pulse echoing somewhere deep within your chest. A sound from the door makes you jump, the lock clicks softly, but the door remains closed. The handle rattles lightly, as if someone is turning it from the other side. You call out, voice steadier this time, "Who's there?" No answer. Only the ticking. Suddenly, the bed creaks behind you. You whirl around, but nothing moves except the thin curtain near the window, fluttering though the air is still. You sit back down on the edge of the bed, the note clenched in your fist. "What doors?" You whisper to yourself. "What doors are behind my eyes?" A new thought forms. Maybe this isn't just a room. Maybe it's a space between spaces. A place not meant to be occupied, but a threshold to something else. The chair by the bedside shifts just slightly, as if settling under a weight no one is carrying. The stain on its fabric appears to twist, shapes flowing slowly like ink dropped in water. Your eyes drift to the mirror again. This time, your reflection is absent, replaced by a dense shadow. It doesn't mimic your movements but watches you, calm and still. You reach out a trembling hand. The glass feels impossibly cold, then suddenly warm, like the breath of something alive. A voice speaks softly from the mirror's depths. "You dreamt this. You are dreaming it still. You can wake, but first you must see." The ticking changes pitch, rising and falling like a lullaby sung by a distant, unseen choir. You close your eyes, and when you open them again, the window's void is gone. Instead, you see a doorway, faint, trembling at the edges like a mirage. The hallway beckons again. And you know you have to step through. You rise from the bed, the note still clenched tightly in your hand, your footsteps muffled on the threadbare carpet. The heavy air feels thicker now, as though the room itself is holding its breath, waiting. The door that clicked earlier stands closed, but the faint glow from beneath the edges seems to pulse softly, like a heartbeat mirroring your own. Steeling yourself, you reach for the doorknob. It turns without resistance. You push the door open and step into the hallway, or at least, what feels like a hallway, though it bends and shifts subtly beneath your gaze. The walls are the same peeling floral wallpaper, but here the edges dissolve into a haze of muted color, as if the corridor itself is slowly losing form. Fluorescent lights overhead buzz with a low, uneven hum, flickering intermittently, casting long shadows that never quite settle. The hallway stretches endlessly, lined with closed doors on both sides. Each door is different, some heavy and wooden, others thin metal, some with peeling paint, others pristine, almost too new for this place. None bear numbers, only cryptic symbols scratched roughly into the surface, symbols that shift and change when you blink. You walk forward slowly, your footsteps echoed strangely, sometimes louder, sometimes swallowed by silence. The ticking from the room is gone, replaced by an indistinct murmuring, like voices just beyond comprehension. You stop at one door, its symbol resembling a twisted key. You reach out to touch the cold brass handle, hesitant. The door creaks open with an agonizing slowness, revealing not another room, but a dark void, like the window's nothingness, except now, the void ripples faintly with faint threads of color, as if alive. A whisper curls from the darkness, "Choose." You step back, heart pounding. The hallway seems to close in, the walls bending imperceptibly closer. From deeper in the corridor, footsteps echo, slow and deliberate. A figure emerges, silhouette vague and flickering, like a projection out of sync. The figure stops a few feet away and raises a hand. You can't make out a face, just a blur of shifting shadows where features should be. "You cannot stay," it says, voice low and hollow, "but you cannot leave until the doors have spoken." Your voice falters. "What doors? What must I do?" The figure's outline flickers, then fades into the shadows of the hallway, leaving behind a cold silence. You realize the note was right. The doors are inside your mind, waiting to be found. Your fingers brush the symbols on the nearest door again. The twisted key glows faintly, warm to the touch. You turn the handle fully this time, and as the door swings open, a soft light spills out, inviting and strange. You step inside and feel the hallway vanish behind you. Ahead, the floor is smooth and white, glowing softly under your feet. The walls are made of shifting mist, coalescing into half-formed shapes, faces, eyes, hands, all blurry, all just out of reach. In the center of the room, a chair sits facing away from you. On it, a folded garment, familiar, yet impossible to place. A voice echoes again, this time closer, gentler, sit. Remember. You hesitate, then move toward the chair. Sitting feels like sinking into warm water, enveloped and safe. The mist around you thickens, wrapping you in muted whispers, memories not your own. Flickers of light show fleeting images, rooms you never visited, faces you never met, moments that feel both distant and immediate. Why am I here? You ask the empty air. The chair creaks softly. Because you dreamt this. Because some part of you sought the void, and now it answers. A shiver runs down your spine. Outside, the door you entered through has vanished. Only the mist remains, waiting, watching. You close your eyes, letting the whispering mist seep into your thoughts, the slow pulse of the unseen ticking returning, steady and deep. The mist curls around you like slow smoke, curling up your arms and whispering secrets in a language you almost understand but can't quite grasp. It clings to the edges of your vision, where shapes ripple and shift, faces that dissolve before you can focus, hands that reach and vanish into nothing. You sit in the chair, its weight reassuring, grounding you despite the strange sensations. The soft pulse of ticking fills the room again, steady and rhythmic, like a distant heartbeat syncing with your own. Remember, the voice murmurs, warm and coaxing. It's neither male nor female, neither young nor old, but something in between, timeless. Your eyelids feel heavy. Images flicker behind them, a corridor lined with doors, each door a choice, a face that smiles but never blinks, a window framing a sky that's no sky, just endless gray. A name floats to the surface of your mind, forgotten but familiar. You open your mouth to speak it, but the sound dissolves before it forms. The mist thickens, shaping into a figure sitting across from you. Its form is vague, something like a person, yet blurred at the edges, like a half-remembered dream. It tilts its head, eyes dark pools reflecting your own. You came here looking for an escape, it says softly. But this place is not an escape. It is a waiting room, a mirror for your soul's edges. You want to ask what that means, but your voice is caught in your throat. The figure gestures, and suddenly the mist parts to reveal a door, different from the others. It's carved from a dark wood, ancient and worn, with no handle, only a faint glow from its cracks. You must open this door, the figure says. But beware, what lies beyond is both your fear and your freedom. You stand, heart pounding, every instinct screaming to run, yet your feet move forward, drawn to the door. Your hand reaches out, trembling, and touches the wood. It's warm, pulsing like a living thing. As you press, the door creaks open slowly, revealing a corridor bathed in twilight, with walls that hum softly like the resonance of forgotten memories. The mist figure fades, its last words lingering, the dream and the waking blur here. You walk the thin line. Step forward. You step through the door. The room behind you dissolves instantly into the same featureless gray void seen from your window, empty, silent, vast. Ahead, the corridor stretches on endlessly, lined with doors marked by symbols you recognize now, your hopes, your regrets, your fears, all waiting to be faced. Your breath catches. You realize you are both inside and outside the dream, caught in a space where time and place fold over themselves. And yet, as the ticking pulses steady again, you take the first step down the corridor. Your footsteps echo softly along the corridor's smooth floor, the hum of twilight walls a quiet undercurrent to the rhythm of your steps. The doors line the passage like silent sentinels, each marked with a shifting symbol, some you recognize, Others are alien and twisted, flickering like smoke. The air is thick with a strange, almost electric stillness. You notice the absence of a ceiling. Above you, an endless expanse of velvety dusk spills downward, dotted with shimmering points of light that pulse faintly like distant stars. You pause before a door marked with a symbol that feels deeply familiar, a spiral, infinite and turning inward. The wood is cool beneath your fingertips, smooth but with a subtle vibration that hums through your hand. The door is unlocked. You push it open and step inside. The room is small, empty except for a tall mirror standing against the far wall. The mirror's surface ripples faintly like water disturbed by a breeze. You approach, and your reflection appears, yet it's wrong. Your eyes move slower than your head, your smile lags behind your lips, and your reflection seems to watch you with a knowing sadness. A voice, soft and distant, whispers from the mirror's depths, "This is the place where you face yourself." You stare, breath shallow. The reflection begins to shift, morphing into a version of you, but altered, older, wearier, eyes hollowed by unspoken things. "Who are you?" you ask. The reflection smiles, slow and sad. "I am the you that was lost, the part left behind in dreams you never dared to chase." Suddenly, the mirror's surface ripples violently, and you feel a tug in your chest, like a thread pulling tight. You step back, heart racing. The reflection speaks again. "To leave this place, you must accept what you hide, the forgotten rooms inside your mind." Behind you, the door creaks shut, leaving you alone with the mirror and your fractured self. You reach out tentatively, fingertips grazing the cool surface. The mirror ripples, then parts like a curtain, revealing a glimpse of a new space, a room bathed in soft, sepia light, filled with scattered memories and half-forgotten moments. The ticking you've come to recognize starts again, slow and steady, as if marking the passage of something precious and fragile. You take a deep breath and step forward, crossing through the mirror's threshold. You step through the mirror and find yourself standing in a small, warmly lit room that hums with a gentle nostalgia. The walls are lined with shelves filled with scattered objects, dusty photo albums, cracked clocks frozen at different times, worn shoes resting as if waiting for their owner to return. The air smells faintly of old paper and forgotten rain. In the center of the room is a low table, upon which lies a single open book. Its pages are blank, but as you approach, words begin to appear, ink spreading slowly like spilled water forming letters. You lean in and read. "What is forgotten is not lost. What is hidden awaits your gaze." The ticking sound is softer here, like a distant lullaby. Shadows flicker at the edges of your vision, faces half glimpsed in the periphery, fleeting and familiar yet impossible to grasp fully. You hear a soft shuffle behind you. Turning quickly, you see a figure in the doorway, a child, no older than 10, eyes wide and searching. Their clothes are tattered, stained with dust and time. "Who are you?" you ask gently. The child's lips part, but no sound comes. Instead, they point silently toward a small door set low in the far wall, barely noticeable, its surface cracked and painted in peeling white. Compelled, you move toward it. The door creaks open with a groan, revealing a narrow stairwell spiraling downward into darkness. The child watches you intently, eyes filled with an urgent plea. You hesitate, heart pounding, but the ticking grows louder, steady and insistent, like a heartbeat demanding you descend. With a deep breath, you begin to step down the stairs. Each step echoes as the walls close in around you. The air grows cooler, damp with the scent of earth and forgotten things. At the bottom, you enter a small chamber bathed in faint blue light, where forgotten memories lie tangled like threads, fragments of laughter, sadness, and moments you never lived but feel you should remember. A voice, neither the child's nor your own, whispers, "To move forward, you must face what you have left behind." You close your eyes, feeling the weight of the unseen rooms inside your mind stretching out endlessly. When you open them again, the chamber is empty, but the ticking continues, steady, eternal. You know your journey through these liminal spaces has only just begun. The faint blue light hums softly around you, wrapping the chamber in a quiet, otherworldly glow. The air feels thick, laden with memories you can almost touch but cannot name. The ticking reverberates through your chest like a heartbeat tethered to this strange place. You step forward, the floor beneath your feet cool and smooth. The walls, once bare stone, now pulse gently, like the skin of some great slumbering beast. Shapes ripple beneath the surface, indistinct figures, faces frozen in fleeting emotion. You reach out, but the walls dissolve like mist before your fingers brush them. From the darkness beyond, a faint murmur rises, voices speaking without words. You strain to listen, catching fragments of laughter and sorrow, joy and regret, all mingling in a haunting chorus. A low whisper brushes past your ear. We are the things left unsaid, the moments you wish to forget. A door appears suddenly, emerging from the blue haze. It is carved from driftwood, etched with strange symbols that pulse softly in time with the ticking. You grasp the handle, and the door swings open silently. Inside is a room bathed in twilight, the air heavy with the scent of damp earth and old letters. A single desk stands in the center, covered in scattered papers, photographs, and a flickering candle whose flame seems to breathe. On the desk lies a photograph of yourself, but altered, eyes darker, smile faintly twisted. You pick it up, heart fluttering. Behind the photo, a folded note rests, the ink smudged but readable. Look closely. What you see is only half the truth. The candle flickers violently, casting shifting shadows that twist into strange shapes on the walls, faces staring, mouths moving silently. A sudden chill runs down your spine as the ticking shifts tone, slowing then accelerating erratically. The room feels alive, breathing alongside you. You hear footsteps outside the door, slow, deliberate. You turn, heart pounding, but no one is there. The shadows ripple again, the candle's flame flickers once more, and you realize this place is not just a chamber of memories. It is a mirror, a reflection of everything hidden inside you: fear, hope, regret. The note's words echo in your mind. What you see is only half the truth. You sit at the desk, the photograph in your hand, the candle flickering. And the ticking grows louder, steady now, a beacon in the encroaching darkness. You sit at the desk, fingers tracing the edges of the photograph, eyes fixed on the flickering candle flame. The shadows dance with a rhythm that feels alive, like they're watching, waiting for you to make the next move. The scattered papers catch your attention. You begin to sift through them one by one. Most are blank, but occasionally, a page reveals faint, half-formed words, written in a trembling hand. A phrase appears as if inked by unseen fingers. The door behind the eyes opens only with a question. You whisper the words aloud, and the room seems to inhale. The candlelight steadies, and the ticking returns to its steady pulse, slow, measured, like a heartbeat. On the desk, a small book you hadn't noticed before lies closed, its cover worn and soft. You open it, and the pages flutter like wings. The text is written backward, letters flowing like liquid, making it impossible to read. Yet, somehow, you understand the meaning in fragments. To escape, you must surrender what you hold most dear. A chill trickles down your spine. The footsteps outside the room grow louder, echoing closer. Your breath catches. You glance toward the door. The handle begins to turn slowly. You close the book abruptly. The door swings open, revealing nothing but thick, swirling fog that spills into the room like a living thing. From the mist, a voice speaks, soft, almost coaxing. Do you fear what lies beyond? Your heart races, but you know this is the threshold you must cross. You stand, clutch the photograph and the note tightly, and step toward the fog. As you cross the threshold, the desk, the room, the candlelight, all dissolve into a new, endless space where time folds upon itself and the ticking becomes a distant echo. You have stepped beyond the mirror, beyond the room of memories, into the place where forgotten fears and whispered dreams intertwine. You step through the thick fog, and the world around you dissolves into a swirling haze of pale gray and faint shadows. The ticking sound fades to a distant murmur, then to silence. Your footsteps make no sound on the soft, misty ground beneath you. All around stretches an endless space, neither night nor day, neither warm nor cold, just a vast, empty liminal expanse. Shapes emerge from the fog, walls, staircases, doorways, all fragmented and incomplete, as if the world is half-built, waiting to be finished or forgotten. A figure materializes ahead, shimmering faintly like a reflection in water. It has no clear form, shifting constantly between a child, a stranger, and a version of yourself you barely recognize. It raises a hand in greeting. "Why have you come here?" it asks, voice echoing like a dream half remembered. You search for an answer but find only questions swimming beneath your thoughts. The figure smiles softly. You seek meaning where there is none. But in this place, meaning is a door waiting to be opened. It gestures toward a cluster of doors floating unsupported in the fog. Each door is unique, some old and worn, others pristine, some cracked and faded, others shimmering with light. "Choose," it says. And no, each door leads to a part of yourself you have forgotten or hidden. You approach the doors, heart pounding. One draws you closer, its surface warm and inviting, etched with swirling symbols that seem to pulse like a heartbeat. You reach out and touch the handle. The door swings open silently, revealing darkness within, but a faint glow beckons from its depths. You step through. The fog closes behind you, swallowing the door and leaving you alone in a new space, a room filled with soft, golden light, the walls lined with mirrors reflecting endless versions of yourself, each slightly different, none quite right. The ticking returns here, steady and soft, like a lullaby coaxing you deeper into the dream. You realize, this journey has no end, only layers unfolding, doors opening into more doors, and the echo of a question you cannot yet answer. The golden light wraps around you like a gentle warmth, softening the edges of the endless mirrors that stretch in all directions. Each mirror reflects a version of you, some smiling, others somber, some fading like mist, others sharp and vivid. Yet none seem fully you, as if your true self is fragmented across these glassy surfaces. You step forward, passing mirror after mirror. Faces shift and flicker, whispering silent stories you cannot quite hear. One reflection catches your eye, it moves differently, lagging a moment behind your motions. Its eyes bore into yours, heavy with unspoken weight. A soft voice breaks the silence, coming from nowhere and everywhere. Which one will you choose to be? You hesitate, overwhelmed by the myriad selves staring back. A sense of longing wells inside you, to be whole, to escape this fractured place. As you reach out toward the lagging reflection, the mirror ripples like water. Your hand plunges through the glass, cool and fluid, and suddenly you're pulled forward, tumbling through layers of shimmering light. You land softly in a small, dim room, walls lined with shelves filled with dusty objects, a clock frozen at midnight, a cracked music box, an old diary with pages yellowed by time. A voice, faint and echoing, whispers, "These are the fragments of who you were and might have been." You pick up the diary. Its pages flutter open to a passage written in a familiar hand. In the spaces between waking and sleeping, the self unravels and rewinds. To find peace, you must piece together what you have left behind. The ticking, ever present, slows to a comforting heartbeat. You feel the weight of the diary in your hands, a tangible thread tying you to this place. A door creaks open behind you, soft golden light spilling in. You stand, ready to step through, knowing the journey continues, through forgotten memories, lost moments, and the endless corridors of the mind. You step through the golden light, diary pressed close to your chest. The corridor beyond feels narrower, walls wrapped in faded tapestries that ripple like water. The ticking is steady now, a metronome for your wandering thoughts. Your fingers trace the diary's cracked spine, and the pages flutter open again, this time revealing words written in a looping script, half faded, half vibrant. In dreams, doors are keys, and keys are memories. To unlock the way forward, you must give voice to what lingers silent. The walls seem to lean inward, whispering faint echoes of past regrets and wishes. Faces flicker in the tapestries weave, friends forgotten, moments lost to time, choices unmade. You pause at a doorway draped in heavy velvet, its color shifting between deep crimson and shadowed black. The door stands slightly ajar, inviting yet foreboding. Behind it, a soft glow pulses. Heart pounding, you push the door open and step inside. The room is a forgotten theater. Empty seats face a cracked stage illuminated by a single spotlight. The air smells of dust and distant rain. On the stage stands a lone figure, faceless, motionless. You feel a silent pull toward it, as if the figure holds the answers you seek. As you approach, the figure raises a hand, revealing a small wooden box carved with the same spiral symbol from before. You reach out, and the box opens with a sigh, revealing a collection of old keys, each unique, tarnished brass, polished silver, some delicate, some heavy. A whisper fills the room, each key unlocks a door within you. Choose wisely, or be lost forever. The ticking swells into a rhythmic chant, urging decision. You hold a key tightly, feeling its weight, knowing that the next door you unlock will lead you deeper, into fear, memory, or perhaps something beyond. The wooden box rests warm in your palms, the keys gleaming softly in the dim light. Each key feels alive, some smooth and cool, others rough and worn. You close your eyes, trying to sense which one calls to you most. A faint hum vibrates through the theater, rising and falling with the ticking that now pulses like a heartbeat. You lift a slender silver key, delicate yet strong, its teeth shaped like twisting vines. The moment your fingers close around it, the room shivers, the spotlight flickers, and the faceless figure steps forward, dissolving into a mist of soft light. Ahead, the velvet curtain at the back of the stage parts slowly, revealing a narrow door carved from dark oak. It beckons. You move toward it, heart steady but eyes wide, the key heavy in your hand. The door creaks open, and you step through into a narrow hallway lined with mirrors, each reflecting a different moment from your past, moments you have forgotten or never fully understood. The ticking slows, now a soft whisper guiding you forward. At the hallway's end, another door waits, marked with the same spiral symbol. You realize the journey is cyclical, each choice a layer deeper into yourself. You take a breath and reach for the handle. The door swings open silently, revealing a small chamber bathed in soft twilight. The walls are lined with mirrors, endless, shifting, and fragmented. Each pane reflects not just your image, but a memory, a whisper, a forgotten feeling. Some reflections smile, others frown, and a few blink slowly as if alive. You step inside, the soft hum of the ticking now more like a distant song, familiar, yet just out of reach. Your footsteps echo, but the floor beneath feels both solid and unreal. One mirror ripples, drawing your gaze. You see yourself, but younger, standing beside a door you don't remember, old, wooden, and slightly ajar. Behind it, soft light spills, warm and inviting. A voice, gentle and clear, speaks from the shadows. This is the door you left unopened. The part of you waiting to be seen. You reach out, fingertips brushing the cool glass. The mirror ripples again, and suddenly you're pulled through, falling softly into the memory itself. You find yourself in a forgotten room, sunlight spilling through dusty windows, walls lined with books and trinkets from another life. The air smells of old paper and rain. In the center, a small wooden chest rests, locked tight. The ticking slows to a gentle beat, like a heartbeat steadying. You realize this is not just a memory, but a place where forgotten hopes and fears lie buried, waiting for you to unlock them. The wooden chest sits quietly in the center of the sunlit room, its surface scarred by time but sturdy, as if guarding secrets meant to remain hidden. You kneel before it, the air thick with anticipation and a faint scent of lavender and dust. Your fingers search for the key, and then you remember, the slender silver key from the theater, still warm in your hand. You lift it carefully and slide it into the lock. It fits perfectly. With a gentle turn, the lock clicks open, and the lid creaks as it rises, revealing a bundle of letters tied with a faded ribbon, a cracked music box, and a small, delicate locket. You pick up the letters and carefully untie the ribbon. The paper is brittle, the ink faded, but the words still clear. To the one who finds this, you are not lost. You are becoming. The music box hums softly as you lift it, and when you wind the tiny key, a haunting melody fills the room, slow, melancholic, yet strangely comforting. The locket opens to reveal a tiny, faded photograph of a younger you, smiling but with eyes shadowed by something unspoken. A voice echoes softly in the room. What you hold is the past, the present, and the promise of tomorrow. Embrace all, and the path will open. The ticking resumes its steady rhythm, a pulse of life threading through the silence. You stand, the weight of memory and hope settling within you, ready to continue. Ahead, the door you entered through stands ajar, light spilling warmly from beyond. You step forward, feeling the pulse of the ticking guide you deeper into the dream. Stepping through the warm light spilling from the open door, you find yourself in a vast, quiet atrium. The air is soft and fragrant, carrying whispers of distant rain and blooming flowers. The ceiling stretches high above, a shifting canvas of twilight hues, pinks fading into purples, then deepening blues. Around you, liminal spaces bloom, forgotten hallways, empty playgrounds, abandoned cafes, all suspended in stillness. You move forward slowly, each step cushioned by soft moss that grows beneath your feet, glowing faintly. A figure appears at the far end of the atrium, a woman in flowing white, her face obscured by shifting light. She smiles gently, a smile that feels like a forgotten lullaby. "You've come far," she says, voice smooth and calm. "But the journey is not yet over." She gestures toward a spiral staircase curling upward, its steps woven from moonlight and shadow. This staircase leads beyond the dream, to a place where waking and sleeping entwine. But you must choose, ascend and awaken, or descend and explore deeper. The ticking resumes, a slow, steady pulse matching the beat of your own heart. You stand at the base of the stairs, the choice stretching before you like a breath held in time. The woman's smile lingers, warm and knowing. And you feel, finally, that whatever you choose, you are not alone. You place your hand on the smooth, cool railing of the spiral staircase, feeling the subtle pulse of light beneath your fingertips. Each step seems to hum softly with quiet energy, the air around you thick with calm anticipation. As you ascend, the walls dissolve into swirling stars and quiet nebulas, the vastness of a midnight sky stretching infinitely on every side. The ticking sound blends with the distant murmur of wind and faint echoes of whispered voices, soft and soothing, like a lullaby sung by the universe itself. Halfway up, you pause. Behind you, the atrium fades slowly, replaced by a deep, peaceful silence that wraps around you like a warm blanket. Ahead, a doorway forms within the spiral's curve, glowing faintly. You step through it and find yourself standing in a small room bathed in gentle, golden light. In the center sits a rocking chair, slowly moving back and forth despite no breeze or movement. You approach it carefully, and the chair slows, coming to rest as you near. A soft voice speaks from nowhere and everywhere. This is the place between waking and sleeping, where dreams take root and memories bloom. You sit in the chair, feeling it cradle you with a comforting warmth. The ticking slows to a heartbeat, steady and sure. You close your eyes and breathe deeply, feeling the space around you dissolve, pulling you gently toward rest. The rocking chair cradles you gently, its motion slow and steady like waves lapping against a quiet shore. The golden light around you dims softly, wrapping you in a cocoon of calm. The ticking slows further, no longer a distant pulse but a warm, familiar beat echoing inside your chest. In this place between waking and sleeping, time stretches and softens. Faces and voices from your past drift by like faint, comforting breezes. They don't demand your attention, only brush past like memories you're allowed to hold without pain or fear. A presence, neither seen nor heard, settles beside you, a feeling of safety and understanding. You sense it watching over you, a guardian of this fragile borderland where dreams take shape. Your eyelids grow heavy, the room fading into hues of twilight and shadow. The ticking becomes a lullaby, pulling you gently downward into a deep, peaceful rest. As you surrender to the quiet, the last thought to pass through your mind is the gentle whisper, "You are home, even in the in-between." And with that, the dream carries you softly into sleep. The gentle rocking slows to a halt. The golden light around you softens to a pale glow, like the first light of dawn, fragile and comforting. The heartbeat of the ticking slows too, matching the slow rise and fall of your own breath. You feel weightless, as if floating just above the earth, suspended between worlds. The edges of your vision blur, colors melting into one another like watercolors spreading across paper. Soft, indistinct shapes drift past, the outline of a forgotten room, a flickering candle, a quiet hallway where your footsteps echo but never disturb the stillness. You hear a whisper, tender and distant, "Rest now. There is nothing to fear here." Your thoughts grow hazy. Time loses meaning. The world you knew dissolves gently into shadows and light. A sense of peace settles deep inside you, an anchor in the endless twilight. And as the dream drifts you further, you feel safe, held, and free. The pale glow around you dims to a soothing twilight, soft and boundless. Shapes become whispers, shifting corridors lined with worn wallpaper, empty benches under flickering street lamps, endless staircases that vanish into the mist. Your breath slows, syncing with the gentle pulse of the ticking, now a distant hum like waves lapping against a forgotten shore. Voices murmur softly beyond the haze, half-remembered lullabies and promises whispered long ago. They blend into a quiet chorus that soothes without words. You drift slowly through the liminal space, weightless, untethered from worry or haste. A quiet knowing settles in your chest. This place, strange and vast, is a refuge, a space between what was and what will be. The last sensation is the cool brush of unseen wings, gentle as a sigh. And with that, you drift deeper into sleep, held by the endless twilight. The twilight deepens, wrapping everything in a veil of soft silence. The ticking is almost gone now, a faint echo fading into the hush. You float through this quiet expanse, where time feels like a gentle current moving beneath you. Faint shapes drift past, a forgotten playground bathed in moonlight, a row of empty swings swaying without wind, a lone street lamp flickering in a deserted alley. These fragments feel familiar but unreachable, like memories just beyond grasp. A calm presence surrounds you, a warmth that holds you steady as your thoughts slow and soften. You realize you are no longer walking, you are drifting, suspended in this peaceful nowhere. A whisper, barely audible, floats through the silence. Here, in the stillness, you may rest. Your eyelids grow heavy, the edges of the world fading into gentle shadows. You breathe in the quiet, letting it fill you completely. And with a final, gentle sigh, you surrender to the deep, endless sleep waiting just beyond the veil. You drift slowly through the quiet, the world around you dissolving into soft folds of mist and shadow. The ticking has ceased altogether, replaced by a serene stillness that wraps you like a warm blanket. Shapes shift softly at the edge of your vision, a half-seen doorway, the faint outline of a window, the glimmer of stars just beyond reach. They beckon gently but never demand. A voice, distant and tender, whispers, between waking and dreaming lies the veil, thin, fragile, and welcoming. You feel yourself passing through that veil, the last tether to the waking world loosening like a thread slipping free. In this place, there is no fear, no pain, only the gentle unfolding of rest. Your body feels light, unburdened, as if floating on a soft current beneath a twilight sky. And as your breath slows to silence, you surrender fully to the peaceful unknown. You glide softly through the mist, wrapped in a quiet embrace that feels like home yet unlike any place you've known. The world is muted now, sounds fading into a gentle hush. The edges of your vision shimmer like morning dew, blurring all sharpness into soft light. A warmth spreads through you, calm, steady, like the steady pulse of a lullaby sung long ago. There is no hurry here, no urgency, only the slow, steady unfolding of rest. Faint shapes drift around, branches swaying without wind, a distant flicker of lantern light, shadows that curl and dissolve like smoke. They brush past gently, as if to remind you that you are safe. You breathe deeply, the rhythm slow and even, each breath drawing you deeper into stillness. The world softens completely, and you feel yourself floating, suspended in a peaceful quiet that stretches on forever. And in this space, you know, you are exactly where you need to be. As the quiet embrace of the mist fades into the soft glow of twilight, you find yourself standing in a vast garden. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming jasmine, petals sparkling faintly like dew caught in the last rays of a fading sun. The garden feels timeless, neither alive nor dead, suspended in a delicate balance between day and night. You walk slowly along a winding stone path, smooth beneath your feet but warm, as if the stones themselves hold the memory of countless footsteps long past. The plants beside you sway gently, though no breeze stirs the air. Flowers bloom in impossible colors, some you recognize, others strange and shimmering, their petals translucent and glowing faintly. Ahead, a large tree towers, its branches reaching out like open arms. Its bark is rough but warm to the touch, and nestled among its roots is a weathered bench, inviting you to rest. You sit, feeling the solid weight of the bench grounding you even as the garden seems to pulse softly with an unseen life. The ticking has returned, slow and steady, like a heartbeat resonating through the earth itself. From the shadows, a figure approaches, cloaked in shifting mists, face obscured but eyes bright and steady. The figure's voice is a gentle murmur. This garden is the place where forgotten dreams grow. Each flower a memory, each leaf a whisper. You feel the truth of the words in your chest, a knowing that this garden holds pieces of yourself you have lost or left behind. The figure gestures to the flowers, and you reach out, brushing a hand over petals cool and soft, tingling with silent energy. You may gather what you need here, the voice says. Or simply rest. The garden will hold you. As you sit in the quiet company of the figure and the glowing blossoms, a sense of peace settles deeply within you. The world beyond fades, and only the gentle pulse of the ticking and the soft rustle of leaves remain. Time stretches and blurs, a calm current carrying you gently deeper into the dream. You remain seated on the weathered bench beneath the sprawling tree, the soft glow from the strange flowers casting flickering patterns of light and shadow across your skin. The garden breathes quietly around you, the faint rustle of leaves, a subtle hum like distant music, and the steady pulse of the ticking weaving through the air. The mist-cloaked figure lingers nearby, silent and patient, a guardian of this liminal place. You feel neither fear nor urgency, only a gentle invitation to explore the depths of your own forgotten spaces. Your fingers trail over a cluster of blossoms that shimmer with an inner light, colors shifting between pale lavender, deep indigo, and warm amber. They pulse softly beneath your touch, as if responding to something within you. Suddenly, one flower detaches itself, drifting slowly into your palm. The petals are impossibly delicate, translucent like stained glass, and as you hold it, a flood of sensations washes over you, memories half remembered, feelings once buried, moments both joyful and sorrowful. Images flicker in your mind's eye, laughter under a summer sky, whispered secrets in a dimly lit room, a face blurred by tears and time. The flower's glow intensifies, bathing your hand in a warm light. You sense it is a key, not to a door of wood or stone, but to the hidden chambers within yourself. The ticking slows to a heartbeat as the garden around you deepens, shadows lengthening, stars beginning to shimmer faintly in the twilight above. The figure steps forward, voice soft and sure. When you are ready, this garden will open a path, a door not seen but felt. You breathe deeply, feeling the weight and warmth of the glowing flower in your hand, the quiet promise of discovery ahead. Time folds gently around you, and you close your eyes, ready to follow wherever the garden's secret leads. You rise from the bench, still holding the glowing flower, its light pulsing softly like a heartbeat in your palm. The garden around you feels alive, every leaf and petal humming with quiet energy. As you walk along the winding stone path, the plants seem to part gently before you, guiding your steps. The mist-cloaked figure follows silently, a steady presence in this surreal space. Ahead, where the path bends beneath an ancient archway woven from flowering vines, you see it, a door unlike any other. It is not made of wood or metal but seems carved from the very air itself, shimmering with faint patterns that ripple like water. The door is closed, but as you approach, the glowing flower in your hand pulses brighter, and you feel a deep certainty that this is the door meant for you. You reach out and touch the rippling surface. It feels cool and fluid, like dipping your fingers into a still pond. With a soft ripple, the door opens, revealing a passage bathed in pale, shifting light. You step through. The garden falls away behind you, replaced by a long hallway lined with softly glowing orbs, each containing a flickering memory, a smile, a tear, a whispered word. The ticking resumes, slow and steady, marking the rhythm of this place suspended between dream and waking. You move forward, the glowing flower lighting your way, and realize the journey through this liminal space has only just begun. The hallway stretches endlessly ahead, its walls lined with softly glowing orbs suspended like fragile lanterns in the dim light. Each orb holds a flickering image, a laugh shared long ago, the touch of a hand you barely remember, a fragment of a conversation half forgotten. The glowing flower in your hand pulses gently, its light weaving with the soft illumination from the orbs, casting gentle shadows that ripple across the smooth floor. You move slowly, reaching out to touch one of the orbs. As your fingers brush its surface, the image inside sharpens, a moment of childhood innocence, sunlight streaming through a window, laughter echoing in a garden. A soft voice whispers from the shadows, "These are the pieces of your story, the fragments that shape you." You glance back, but the doorway behind you has vanished, replaced by an endless expanse of twilight mist. Each step forward brings new memories, some sweet, some tinged with sadness, all wrapped in the soft glow of the orbs. The ticking beats steadily, a slow, comforting rhythm that steadies your heart. As you walk deeper into the corridor, you sense the presence of something waiting at its end, a door, a revelation, or perhaps a new beginning. The flower's glow brightens, steady and sure, guiding you onward. You approach the faint outline of a door shimmering softly in the distance, its surface shifting like liquid moonlight. The corridor around you hums quietly, the orbs casting elongated shadows that dance with the rhythm of the ticking heartbeats still echoing faintly. The glowing flower in your hand pulses gently, syncing with your own breath and the slow beat of the ticking. You feel a calm resolve settling within you, steady and warm. As you near the door, the air thickens with quiet expectation. The whispering voices from the orbs fade to silence, giving way to a profound stillness. Your hand reaches out, fingertips brushing the cool, shimmering surface. The door ripples and parts like a curtain, revealing a room bathed in soft, ethereal light. Inside, the walls are lined with books, volumes bound in faded leather, their titles worn but inviting. A large window looks out onto an endless horizon where sky and sea blend into a seamless twilight. You step inside and the door closes gently behind you, the corridor and its memories slipping away like a dream dissolving at dawn. The ticking now is just a soft murmur, like a distant lullaby. A voice, warm and familiar, speaks from the quiet. This room holds the story of you, past, present, and all that might be. You breathe deeply, feeling the weight and comfort of this place, ready to turn the pages and discover what lies within. You move slowly among the shelves, fingers brushing over the spines of countless books, each one containing a chapter of your life, memories, choices, and forgotten moments. The leather bindings are soft, worn, as if held and cherished over centuries. The air smells faintly of old paper, ink, and something sweet, like honey mingled with rain. The light here is gentle and warm, filtering through the vast window that stretches from floor to ceiling, where the twilight horizon shimmers endlessly. You select a book at random. The cover is blank, but as you open it, words begin to form on the pages, words that feel written just for you. Scenes unfold, a child playing beneath a tree, laughter shared with a friend, a quiet moment of sadness and reflection. You realize you are not just reading but reliving these moments, each one a thread weaving the tapestry of your being. The ticking sound returns, soft and steady, a heartbeat echoing within the stillness. A whisper brushes past your ear. To understand yourself, you must embrace every page, the light and the shadow, the joy and the pain. You close the book gently, feeling a new calm settle inside you. Beyond the window, the horizon shifts, day dissolving into night, and back again in an endless dance. You feel ready to continue, turning the pages, stepping deeper into this room of memories and possibilities. The book rests comfortably in your hands, its pages warm and familiar. As you turn each page, the words shimmer softly, sometimes forming images that float above the paper like wisps of smoke, memories made tangible. A quiet narrative unfolds, telling of moments you thought forgotten, a hand held in the rain, a whispered apology, the sound of laughter echoing down an empty street. Each memory is tinged with emotion, some sweet, some bittersweet, but all part of your story. The room around you breathes gently, shadows stretching and contracting with the rhythm of the ticking heartbeat. The vast window frames the endless horizon, where twilight waves ripple softly under a sky painted with stars just beginning to glow. You feel yourself growing lighter, as if the stories you hold are lifting a weight from your shoulders. The whisper returns, soft and sure. To move forward, you must hold all parts of yourself, the light and the darkness, in balance. A breeze stirs, rustling the pages and carrying with it a faint scent of jasmine and rain. The room seems to pulse with quiet life, a sanctuary built from memory and hope. You close the book with a gentle sigh, feeling calm, whole, and ready. Ahead, a doorway appears, glowing faintly in the twilight, a path forward. You rise and step toward it, heart steady, mind quiet, ready to continue the journey through this dreamscape of your own making. You step toward the softly glowing doorway, its edges shimmering like liquid silver. The air here is cool and filled with a faint scent of rain on warm earth, grounding you gently as you prepare to cross this threshold. With a deep breath, you pass through the door and find yourself in a vast, quiet room. The walls are smooth and pale, illuminated by an unseen light that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. In the center, a single chair faces an enormous window stretching from floor to ceiling. Beyond it, the horizon fades into a gentle swirl of colors, pinks and purples melting into blues and golds, like a sky caught between night and dawn. You sit in the chair, the ticking now a distant, steady heartbeat matching your own. The room is filled with silence, but it feels warm, safe. A soft voice murmurs, "Here, time slows and all things are possible." You are safe to rest, to dream, to simply be. Outside the window, shadows shift subtly, as if the world itself breathes with the pulse of the ticking. Your eyes grow heavy, the quiet calm wrapping around you like a soft blanket. The edges of the room begin to blur and fade. You close your eyes, sinking deeper into the peaceful embrace of this place, ready to drift fully into sleep. As your eyes close, the room dissolves into a soft haze of colors, muted blues, gentle lavenders, and pale golds blending like watercolor. The ticking heartbeat fades further, becoming part of the quiet hum that wraps around you. You feel weightless, floating effortlessly in this endless space between waking and dreaming. Shapes drift past, faint outlines of trees, distant lights twinkling softly, shadows that seem to pulse with life. A calm presence lingers nearby, neither seen nor heard, but felt, a guardian of this delicate threshold. You breathe slowly, deeply, each inhale drawing peace, each exhale releasing tension. The quiet deepens. Time slows to nothing. And in this stillness, you surrender fully to the gentle pull of sleep, safe within the endless quiet beyond. The soft colors swirl slowly around you, like ink dissolving in water. You float, weightless and calm, through a space that feels both endless and intimately close, a quiet expanse suspended between moments. Your breathing slows further, matching the subtle rhythm of the dim light that pulses softly like a heartbeat. Faint whispers, neither words nor sounds, brush past like silk threads, carrying comfort and quiet reassurance. You sense a distant melody, like a lullaby half remembered, winding its way through the gentle shadows. It wraps around you, a soothing presence that invites surrender. The boundaries between you and the world dissolve completely. There is only this peaceful drift, a quiet letting go. The last thing you feel before the dream deepens is a tender warmth, as if the night itself is holding you close. The gentle melody fades into silence, a silence so profound it feels like a soft embrace. You float effortlessly, wrapped in a quiet warmth that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The faint shimmer of light dims to a soothing glow, casting no shadows, only gentle illumination. Your breath is slow and even, each inhale drawing peace, each exhale releasing any lingering tension. Shapes begin to dissolve into formless light, and the edges of your awareness soften like waves lapping against a shore. You feel held, protected, as if cradled by the very fabric of the dream. A whisper floats on the still air, "Here, there is nothing to fear. Only rest." The ticking heartbeat fades completely now, replaced by the soft rhythm of your own calm pulse. Your eyelids grow heavier, the quiet deepening into stillness. And with a final, gentle sigh, you drift fully into sleep, safe, serene, and whole. The silence deepens around you, like a soft velvet curtain drawn close. Light dims to the faintest glow, like stars blinking in the vast night. You feel weightless, as if floating in a gentle current that carries you ever onward, downward into the quiet. Your breath is slow, measured, the rhythm of peace settling deep into your bones. The world dissolves into a blur of soft shapes and colors, fading gently into darkness that feels like home. A gentle voice whispers close, like the rustle of leaves in a calm wind, "You are safe. You are whole. You are resting now." With a final breath, your mind loosens, the last tether to waking fading like morning mist. You cross the final threshold, the place where dream and sleep become one. And there, in the soft embrace of nothingness, you drift peacefully, carried by the quiet. You sink gently into a space without edges, where silence is soft and infinite. The weight of the world, the pull of thoughts, all dissolve like morning mist under a rising sun. In this emptiness, there is no time, only a calm vastness, warm and comforting. The last flickers of sound fade into nothingness, leaving only a deep, steady stillness. You are held in this quiet space, free from worry or care. The boundary between dream and sleep vanishes entirely. And with a sigh as soft as a breeze, you float deeper, fully embraced by rest. You float in the vast quiet, embraced by the soft emptiness, the stillness wrapping around you like a gentle tide. Time has lost meaning here, breath, heartbeat, and thought meld into one endless moment. But beneath the calm surface, something stirs, a faint whisper, too soft to catch at first, like the flutter of a moth's wing. It rises slowly, weaving through the silence, a voice almost lost between the spaces of sleep and wakefulness. You strain to listen. The whisper becomes a word, fragmented and half-remembered, then a phrase, "Remember." The gentle warmth around you flickers, the vast quiet shudders softly. A faint glimmer of light appears in the distance, fragile and hesitant. It pulses, beckoning, like a heartbeat calling you back. You want to follow it, to understand, but the peace urges you to stay, to rest. The whisper returns, more insistent this time, "Remember who you are. Before it's too late." The light pulses stronger now, trembling on the edge of visibility. You realize the journey isn't over, it's shifting. And somewhere just beyond the gentle darkness, something waits. The soft glow pulses steadily, a beacon in the vast silence. You feel drawn toward it, each pulse echoing like a heartbeat through the empty space. The whisper lingers in your mind, urging, "Remember. Before it's too late." You move slowly, weightless, drifting closer to the flickering light. Around you, the silence hums with a strange tension, like the calm before a storm or the breath held before a secret is revealed. The light grows brighter, revealing faint shapes in its glow, a door, slightly cracked, with the same spiral symbol you've seen before etched faintly into its surface. Your hand reaches out, trembling slightly as it nears the door. The moment your fingers brush the cold frame, the whisper becomes a voice, clear, urgent, yet still gentle. Behind this door lies what you seek and what you fear. The air thickens, the peaceful quiet giving way to something charged with quiet power. You hesitate, heart steady but mind racing. The door waits, silent and expectant. And as the light pulses once more, you realize there is no turning back now. Your fingers rest lightly on the doorframe, cool and smooth beneath your touch. The spiral symbol glows faintly, as if breathing with its own quiet life. The whisper lingers, weaving through your mind like a delicate thread, what you seek and what you fear. The glowing light from beyond the door spills into the quiet space, casting long shadows that seem to dance and shift, almost alive. You feel the weight of countless memories pressing softly against your chest, heavy but familiar. Taking a steady breath, you push the door open. Inside is a room bathed in soft silver light. The air hums with stillness and expectation. In the center, a mirror stands tall, its surface rippling like water. You step forward and gaze into the mirror. At first, your reflection is clear, calm, peaceful, almost asleep. But slowly, the image shifts. Faces appear behind yours, some kind, some strange, some shadowed by sorrow. Scenes flicker in the glass, moments you've lived and those you've forgotten, fears you buried deep, hopes waiting to bloom. A voice echoes softly from the mirror. To move forward, you must face what lies within. You realize this is no ordinary reflection. It is a gateway, a portal to your own hidden depths. The ticking returns, slow and steady, matching your heartbeat. The choice stands before you: confront the unknown within, or turn away and remain in the quiet dream. Your breath catches as the faces and scenes ripple within the mirror, swirling like mist across the glass. They beckon, urging you to look deeper, to step beyond the surface calm into the tangled web beneath. You reach out slowly, fingertips brushing the cool, fluid surface. The mirror ripples like water, pulling you in, not with force, but with a gentle insistence. A quiet voice whispers, only by facing yourself can you unlock what lies beyond. Your reflection fades, replaced by a swirling vortex of memories, moments of joy, fear, loss, and hope, all spinning softly around a core of light. You feel your heart steady with resolve, the ticking rising into a clear, steady rhythm. With a final breath, you step forward, into the mirror, into the depths of yourself. The world shifts, colors blending, shadows swirling, and the dream deepens. As you step through the mirror, the world dissolves into liquid light. You find yourself floating gently in a river that glows softly beneath a twilight sky. The water moves slowly, carrying you forward without effort, its surface shimmering with flickering images, memories and moments drifting past like lanterns on the current. Some memories are bright and warm, laughter shared beneath a golden sun, the touch of a gentle hand, the scent of rain on dry earth. Others are shadowed and soft, quiet regrets, forgotten fears, moments left unspoken. You reach out, and the water ripples under your fingertips, sending waves that echo through the dream. A calm voice speaks, neither near nor far. To move beyond, you must carry all these with you, the light and the shadow, the joy and the sorrow. Only then will the path unfold. The river widens ahead, flowing toward a distant, glowing shore where a faint outline of a door shimmers beneath the stars. You feel the ticking, a heartbeat steady and sure, guiding you onward. You float deeper into the current, ready to face what waits beyond the shore. The glowing shore approaches slowly, the gentle current carrying you closer to its soft, shimmering sands. The air here feels different, thicker with quiet anticipation, yet still wrapped in calm. You step onto the shore, the ground warm beneath your feet, the light all around soft and inviting. Before you stands the door, its surface alive with shifting patterns of light and shadow, the same spiral symbol, now pulsing gently, like a heartbeat. The ticking grows louder, steady and sure, echoing inside your chest. You reach out, fingers trembling slightly as you touch the door. It is cool and smooth, yet it seems to hum with quiet power. A voice speaks softly, this door leads to the place where all paths converge. The final choice awaits. You pause, heart steady but mind swirling. You feel the weight of the journey behind you, the garden, the memories, the whispers, and the pull of the unknown beyond the door. With a deep breath, you prepare to step forward, knowing that whatever lies ahead, you will carry the calm of this dream with you. Your hand lingers on the door's cool surface, the pulse of the spiral symbol matching the steady beat of your heart. Slowly, the door begins to part, sliding open with a soft, whispering sound, revealing a space beyond unlike any you have seen before. Inside, a vast chamber stretches out, a place both familiar and strange. The floor is polished stone, reflecting the pale, diffuse light that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere. The walls ripple faintly, as if alive, shimmering with images, faces, places, memories, all interwoven in a delicate dance. At the center of the chamber stands a figure, neither fully seen nor unseen, a presence that feels like the sum of all you are and all you might become. The ticking slows, becoming a deep, resonant pulse, vibrating through the chamber and into your bones. The figure's voice is soft but carries weight. You have journeyed far through the dream, gathering pieces of yourself. Now, the final choice awaits. To step forward is to embrace all that you are, and all that you have yet to be. A calm certainty settles over you, the surreal quiet wrapping around you like a cloak. The chamber waits. The moment is yours. You step forward into the chamber, the polished floor cool beneath your feet. The shimmering walls pulse gently with shifting images, faces and places, fragments of memory and possibilities swirling in soft light. The figure before you is vague, yet unmistakably familiar. It seems to breathe with the rhythm of your own heartbeat, a presence woven from both shadow and light. You have traveled the dreamscape, collecting pieces of yourself lost and found, the voice intones softly. Now you stand at the crossroads, the place where all paths converge. You feel no fear, only a quiet calm, as if this moment was always meant to be. The figure extends a hand, glowing faintly. To move forward, you must choose, embrace the known or step into the unknown. Both are part of you. Your own hand rises slowly, reaching toward the glowing palm. A surge of warmth spreads through you, the ticking now a steady, comforting pulse. The chamber hums softly, waiting. Your fingers brush the glowing hand, warmth radiating like sunlight filtered through leaves. The chamber hums with soft energy, the shifting images on the walls swirling gently as if holding their breath. The voice echoes softly, to embrace the known is to accept all you have been, the memories, the dreams, the quiet moments of rest. To step into the unknown is to welcome change, growth, and the mysteries yet to come. You feel the pulse of the ticking growing stronger, a heartbeat steady and sure beneath your skin. Your vision softens as you realize this is not a moment of fear, but a profound peace and acceptance. Slowly, your hand closes around the glowing palm, and the chamber fills with a warm light that feels like a gentle sunrise. The figure smiles, a smile full of understanding and hope. You have chosen well. The path ahead is yours to walk, with calm, with courage, and with rest. The light deepens, folding you gently into its embrace. Your breath slows, the heartbeat ticking steady, steady. And you feel ready to drift fully into sleep, carrying this quiet strength with you. The warm light envelopes you like a soft, endless dawn. It flows through every fiber of your being, settling into your bones, your breath, your heartbeat. The chamber around you dissolves slowly into shimmering threads of light, weaving a quiet cocoon. The ticking fades into a distant, peaceful murmur, like waves washing gently onto a silent shore. You feel completely at rest, cradled by the vast calm that surrounds you. The whisper returns, soft as a sigh. Remember, you are the dreamer, and the dream is yours to shape. As the light dims to a gentle glow, you sense a door closing somewhere far away, but also another door, a faint glimmer on the horizon, just out of reach, waiting. The dream does not end, it waits, patiently, quietly, for when you are ready to return. And with a deep, peaceful breath, you drift fully into sleep.